Hey y'all, welcome back to this episode of Season in Louisiana. So glad y'all could be with me. Make sure to like and subscribe. And today is going to be awesome. We are going to make a shrimp stock. I'm going to show you how to make a simple little stock that will elevate all of your dishes that you make. Then we're going to do some good barbecue shrimp with some French bread. And third, we're going to do some pecan butter catfish. Y'all stay tuned. Hey y'all, welcome back. So one of the questions I most get asked is, when you're talking about stock, what do you mean a stock? How do you make a stock? Well, I'm going to show you. This is so simple. So first, when you buy shrimp, if you can, find shrimp with the head on, like this. And what you want to do, you're going to just take that head off, just twist it towards you, take that head off. We're going to peel the shrimp, and we're going to save all this. We're going to shave the peelings. We're going to save the peelings, and that's going to give us that great flavor for whatever we're cooking. So the first thing you want to do is start with a little butter. I say a little butter. 1-2 teaspoons of butter, and we're going to melt that down. We want to get some garlic. Just roughly chop some fresh garlic, not minced garlic in a jar, some fresh garlic. And we're just going to saute that a little while. Melt that butter. I love the smell of fresh garlic and butter. You can smell it next door. You'll be like, what are you cooking? Okay. Turn that up a little bit. Get that hot, hot, hot. Okay. All right. So what I have here is about a pound of head-on shrimp that I have deheaded, deveined, and peeled. You keep all of this right here, and we're going to add it to our butter and our garlic. And the flavor is going to come from the shells and the fat in the head. This is so much flavor right here. You don't ever want to throw this away. Even if you just boil them in a little water and use that water instead of plain water, it's going to make your dish so much more greater. And so what we're doing is we are extracting that fat out of the shells and the heads, and oh, I wish y'all could smell this. And a seafood stock does not take a long time. A poultry stock or a beef stock, now that's something that's going to take hours and hours. You don't want to cook, whether it's shrimp shells or crab shells or crawfish shells, you don't want to cook them too long because the proteins will start breaking down and you won't have that flavor. So, like I said, this is something quick, easy, and also I'm going to simmer till you see them turn a little pink. Saute, see them turning pink. Saute that. Okay. And you always want to do this before just adding them to water. So we have our butter, we have our shrimp shells. Now we're gonna add a little bit of black peppercorns. We're gonna add some water. This is 4 cups of water. And we're gonna bring that to a boil. And you can use just this. If you want to add your trimmings of whatever you're making, if you're making a gumbo, then you're gonna have parsley trimmings you can put in here, and it's just gonna give it some flavor. You can add your celery trimmings, don't throw them away. Your onion peelings, some carrots. Carrots and shrimp pair together so well. What else we have? Your celery stalks. Just don't ever throw, and you can put it in a Ziploc bag and you can put it in the freezer. So you'll have it. If you're not ready to make a stock right then, put it in your freezer and label it for stock. And then when you have time one day, just make some stocks and put them up in little containers like this, mark them, put them in the freezer, ready to go. All right. So we're gonna bring this to a boil for about 10 minutes at the most. And then we're going to strain it and through a cheesecloth, and that's gonna be our stock. Okay. All right, so we're waiting for this to boil. And you can use, I think I had something else in here. I have some garlic, any of your leftover celery, onions, anything that you trim off to make like your trinity. Garlic. And a lot of restaurants do this. They don't throw away their trimmings, they use it to make stocks. Now, if you go to a really nice restaurant, that's why the food is so good, because they use stocks to make their sauces. Okay, it's almost ready to boil. Okay. And if y'all have any questions, just comment. And again, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll get back to you. Now, if you're making a beef stock or a chicken stock, I like to take the bones, the carcass bones, and roast them with a mirepoix, which is carrots, onions, and celery. Now, the trinity is onions, celery, and bell pepper. It's different than the original mirepoix, which is French. So you take that and you roast it, and then you make a stock. Then you add that and add your water, and you bring it to a boil and you simmer it for 4 to 6 hours. So that one takes a long time. That's why I like to do a seafood stock. And again, it's shrimp season here in Louisiana now, so fresh Gulf shrimp are plentiful. If you want to go to the boats, if you want to go to your local grocery store, make sure you get Louisiana Select shrimp. You don't have to get the head on, you can get just the peel, not the peeled, the headless. So they'll have the shells, and you can just use those shells to make your stock. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're gonna let that boil for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come right back and I'll show you what we're gonna make with it.
I'm fixing to host like a pro this football season. Breaded catfish strips from Gidry's Catfish are a 10-minute plate of yum, just in time for kickoff. With so many great benefits, Gidry's Catfish will have you saying, taste down! Our U.S. farm-raised catfish are quick to fix, heart-healthy, high-protein, and delicious. Get fixin' with Gidry's Catfish and Louisiana Select Foods. Find our full family of brands online or in a store near you, and stock up for your game day parties this football season.
Okay, y'all, welcome back. And I want to introduce y'all to one of my BFFs, Sandy Bro Seneca from Parks. And she has been the greatest to me when I first moved to this area. At first, I couldn't understand what she was saying. And I told her, you need to slow down talking. But now I've gotten pretty good at it. So right here, we have our stock made. And what we're gonna do, we're just gonna get a ladle, and you can strain it, but I just need a little bit of, you see that orange color right there? That's what you want. That's the fat from that shrimp. Okay, so we're just gonna need a little bit of that. All right, so we got some hot butter in our pan. We're gonna start with, just swirl that in. And this is a dish that was created in New Orleans. And it's not barbecue per se, like with barbecue sauce. They call it barbecue because of the color of the sauce, because it's a brown sauce. So we're just gonna brown our butter a little bit. Okay? So Sandy, I want you to give me, let's see, we're gonna put our shrimp first. Look at the beautiful white Gulf shrimp right there. And this is traditional for barbecue shrimp. You want the head on. A lot of people freak out, but that's where the flavor is. So we're gonna saute this.
Almost takes over the whole pot.
Whoop.
4,
That's some big.
5,
Well, you count how many? How many is for you?
10, 8, 9.
Okay. All right.
Will be difficult.
And so when you're doing barbecue shrimp, you don't need a utensil. You're just gonna shake that pot like that. Next thing we're gonna add is some seasoning. Season our shrimp. And you can use, you can make your season. Oh my God, sorry y'all. Right in that air blew that in my eyes. Whew. Okay. Keep shaking, shaking, shaking. And we got some Worcestershire sauce. About half a cup. Get half a cup of butter. Half a cup of Worcestershire. God.
Choke smothering you out.
Okay, keep shaking, shaking, shaking. Then we're gonna squeeze some lemon. Get this back up. Squeeze some lemon in there, some fresh lemon. Lemon juice just does not have the flavor as fresh lemon squeezed. And then we have some fresh rosemary. I love rosemary. You know, back in the day, Sandy, they used to do, like, the women would do like this, and that would be like their perfume. Did you do that?
No, I did not. I didn't even know what that was. I just thought it was grass. A lot of this I'm learning from Johnny Gale.
A little bit of hot sauce, whichever one you prefer. Okay. And now, let's see, put some parsley, a bit of green onions. Okay. Now, basically, we're just gonna shake. Shake, 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 shake. Let this come to a boil. And you see it's gonna make its own gravy. Oh, you smell that?
This I'm doing. This is one of my favorite.
Mm-hmm. And what do you eat with it?
This is why I came here today.
This is why you came? Oh, because I told you what I was cooking. Oh, yeah. Now, if it was crawfish, she wouldn't see her. Apparently, your daddy crawfish, and apparently she had some muddy tasting crawfish, and she will not eat crawfish till this day.
Experience. Yes.
Okay, just slowly come into a bowl. And this is quick, quick, quick. If you have a gas stove, this don't take maybe 6 minutes.
It smells delicious. So
Okay, we're just gonna flip the shrimp. You gotta get it, and you wanna get it hot, 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 because the next ingredient is one of my favorite ingredients of all time. What is that? What do you think that is?
let me guess. I don't know, Johnny Gale.
Really?
What would it be? Let's see. Can I open it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, this is beer. You can use beer or you can use a white wine. Either one you prefer. The alcohol is going to cook out. Okay.
I think so. Take it. Never mind, but I'm a Girl Scout pool leader.
I'm holding a beer in my hand, sister girl.
Oh, well. It's all good.
Okay. Just waiting for it to boil.
That'll work good. But smell finishes.
Okay. I'm just waiting for this to boil. Almost. You see that dark color? How that it's gravy, I call it, is turning a dark color. Okay. We're going to need to get to a rolling boil before we add this alcohol.
That works well.
It's going to bubble up. You see that dark color? Okay. Oh, God. This is one of the best appetizers or simple dinners you can make. That is just so good. And all you need is some French bread to dip that bread in that gravy. And just go to town.
Totally agree. Absolutely.
And it's supposed to be served with the heads on, and you're supposed to peel it at the table with the head and the shells. And after you peel it, you dip it in the gravy, dip your bread in the gravy, and then traditionally it's served with a little fancy cup of water, so you can put your little fingers in there and wash them off. So that's the fancy way.
Yum, yum.
Okay, almost. Sorry, y'all, it's taking a while to boil. Okay. So remember that stock that we cooked? We're gonna add a little bit, and that's just gonna enhance the already amazing flavor. Okay. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. And then finally, we're gonna little pats of butter at the end, and this is just gonna make it glossy, and just butter at the end of a sauce is wonderful. And you just wanna shake, shake, just move your pan like this until that butter melts. All right, so there you go. That's our barbecue shrimp. Okay, so next we are going to be cooking some pecan butter catfish.
Yum.
Okay, so when we come back, we're gonna be cooking up some good old Guidry's catfish. Y'all stay tuned.
The delicious Guidry's Catfish products you know and love, now even better. Shop our family of brands' new breaded catfish and shrimp products for a delicious and easy dinner the whole family will love. Bake it, fry it, or pop it in the air fryer. So easy, so good. Shop our family of brands online or in a store near you today. Find our catfish and shrimp products in the frozen aisle under the Guidry's Catfish and Louisiana Select brands.
Okay, y'all, welcome back. So far we made a shrimp stock, and with that stock we made barbecue shrimp. Now we are going to make the star of the show. This is our Guidry's catfish fillets. I think these are 5.7. 5.7 is the normal catfish fillet you would want to have like per person. Okay, so we're just gonna gently season these. You can use whatever kind of seasoning you want. Make sure you do front and back. And I just sprinkle it, and then I just pat it in. Make sure you get good. You don't want it coated, but you want to be able to see the seasoning all over, okay? And then, so we're not gonna fry, we're gonna pan fry. So to pan fry, you're just gonna lightly dredge this in flour. Just like that. Sprinkle that off. You just want, when we're gonna put it in the pot, it's just gonna have a little crisp when you take it out. A little more flour. Okay. See that? Okay. So we got some butter, of course. Butter, y'all know I love butter. And get this pot hot. Okay. You don't want to cook it too fast, that butter will brown. So don't cook with just butter. If you're going to cook with butter, make sure you add some olive oil. And always, when you put the fish in the pan, you want to put presentation side down because you only want to flip it one time. Okay? All right. So, and typically you want to do 4 minutes per side. When you start seeing the edges of the catfish turn white, then you know it's time to flip it. And you only want to flip it once. You don't want to keep flipping it, and you're going to mess up how it's going to look on the plate. So we'll take this and move this out of the way. Flour. Every time I use flour, I get it everywhere, all over me. So turn this up. Okay, we're just waiting for this to cook. Y'all see it's starting to sizzle. It's gonna start turning white on the sides. Not quite there yet. And like I said, dredging is something that you do when you pan fry. You have that little bit of flour, but it's not coated with a batter or a crust. But when you take it out and it's done, it's a little crispy when you bite into it on the top. And that's what you want. All right, just a little longer. Cooking is something that takes patience. A lot of times people don't have the patience and they cook really, really fast. Anything like a gumbo, a stew, you gotta take the time to make a roux. You can't just make a quick roux, you're not gonna get the flavor. So I just take one finger, put in the middle, flip it. See how brown that is? And when you touch it like that, it's got a little crust on it. Okay, and finish cooking the bottom side. And when we get done, we're going to put that on a plate and we're gonna make our pecan butter sauce. About a couple minutes. Okay. Again, this is, of course, Guidry's Catfish, the one and only, the best. In all your grocery stores, your Rouse's, A-Bears, Super One, Piggly Wiggly. Okay. And you can also do this in the oven if you didn't want to like saute it in a pan. I like cooking stuff in a pan. Okay. All right. Now we're going to start our pecan butter sauce. Okay, so here's our beautiful pan-fried catfish. Got that on the plate. Now we're going to make our quick but delicious pecan butter sauce. And basically, I'm going to take some butter, maybe 1-2 tablespoons butter. melt this down real quick. Basically, we're gonna make a brown butter. And brown butter, when it starts to brown, you can smell, it's gonna smell nutty. And when you smell that, it's done. You don't wanna keep browning it. It's gonna burn. Pecans too. It only takes a minute. Okay. Just gonna swirl that around, waiting for it to brown. Okay. We're gonna take our, I've already toasted these in the oven at 400 degrees for about 5-6 minutes. We're gonna add our pecans. Again, we're just gonna keep swirling, swirling, swirling until you get that brown color. And this is so good on catfish. So easy. It doesn't have to be a complicated sauce when you have fresh ingredients. Okay, see it's starting to change. Just a little bit more. Start to smell it. Okay, almost there. And then at the very end, I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon juice in there just for a little acidity, and that's gonna pair so well with the fish. Okay, all right, you'll see it starting to sizzle. Easy, quick. It smells so good. Okay. Smells like a brown, like a butter, pecan butter. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take just a little bit of lemon. Sizzle. Shake it a little bit. Okay. We're actually going to turn our fire off. Add a little bit of fresh parsley. Okay. See, it's not a brown brown, it's a light brown. Okay. So I'm going to take this and we're just going to pour this. Pecans on each of the fillets, like that. And then you want to pour that brown butter sauce over your catfish. And this is something that you need to eat immediately because the sauce will break. Okay, well, that does it for this episode of Seasoned in Louisiana. Thank you for joining me today, and be sure you like and subscribe, and let me know what you'd like me to cook next time, and if you would like my best friend to come back on. So thank y'all again for joining me. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.